Are you alright? I'm quite alright. Then my money's right. Yeah, hey, yeah, it's quite alright. Wake up in the morning, then I'm getting back to it. Yeah, I'm getting back to it. You ain't showing me no love, so I turn my back to you. Yeah, I can't get no racks to you. I don't really care, cause I'm done. On the real love is not fun.
So guys, welcome to a new vlog here on my channel. Today I'm gonna go to the barber. Haven't been, as you can see on my sides. Normally I went always like every week, but now I just try to like let them grow a little bit. And now yeah, let's see what style I'm gonna try today. Yeah, the market's today a little bit boring, to be honest. Like, I've been on the wrong direction and therefore no trade for me. And today is Thursday, so we got unemployment claims, so some more interesting New York session, and so I'm looking to trade there something. And for now I just did a little bit back testing, studied a little bit my own charts, reflected a little bit the week, because it was not so easy this week. Like, it's not like last week was insane, and this week was a little bit more break even kind of thing. And yeah, now I'm just looking forward for a great New York session. And tomorrow I will probably not really trade too much. I usually take off on Fridays, or I just trade only the London session a little bit, right? Like just one movement if I can catch, or one stop loss hit if it just comes over there. But usually Fridays for me the day where I like to enjoy a little bit my own life and meet with friends, spend time with my girl, whatever, family, but not really like come on trade the entire day. But yeah, usually I also have to do sometimes some things over there as well, like some calls with the inner circle or with my elite members. So yeah, looking forward to see how this next session is gonna be. Now I'm gonna drive to the barber. I will update you. So this is the beautiful Austria. A lot of rain today. And you gotta love it, kind of. Alright, so what happened today? Why didn't I open up a trade today? Why have I been wrong? What was the case? Let me also teach you 1-2 things over here, because I think it's very important to understand a few basics of my strategy. And I think this is something which works for almost everyone, and everyone should tend to implement that. So, very important. I am a day trader, so I'm not someone interested in holding a trade over a couple of days. I'm also not a scalper who only wants to trade for 1-2 minutes. I'm an intraday trader. I like to trade sessions, right? So, for instance, London session, New York session. Because my perspective to the thing is like this. We have a high volatility session. More market participants are joining exactly during that period, the market. So, of course, I want to be active at the same time, because what I want to catch in reality is just volatility, right? I want to catch that. And I don't want to trade in accumulations. I also don't want to necessarily trade during manipulations, right? I don't want to get induced, right? Market now moves aggressively down just to turn over the next minute. So most of the traders have been selling, but then the market is moving up, right? I want to actually bring the patience with me during the session as well. And I give myself only one option, which is following the bias that I have. Now, there is something very important to understand with bias, because if you have a bullish bias, for instance, you expect price to go up today, and that is because of you seeing that on the higher time frame. That doesn't mean that on the lower time frame or on the mid time frame, like the 4 hours or the 1 hours, for instance, that the price cannot go down lower. Maybe exactly during your session. So what are you supposed to do? You're supposed to understand if there is any form of price of interest that is valid for you to take, if there is a valid reason to consider then that one trade. But basically, I'm a fan of just following my higher time frame bias, because if you trade inside of a global trend and then you pick up also on the right direction, it's the best thing you can do. Because normally the market tends to induce people when they move the other way around, and very often the wrong direction, right? Like the retracements, the pullbacks, even though they offer you sometimes big amount of pips, they are sometimes very hard to trade, because you gotta like be very good at the execution from my point of view. At least this is what I've understood over the time with learning with my own strategy the entire time. And I came to the conclusion that it's most of the times better to like have a bias for the day about how the daily is gonna evolve. If it's right now in the retracement on the global trend, then of course considering it to trade it bearish. But if you think it's bullish, like my expectation today was, then I'm actually trying to buy this thing, right? Like I'm trying to look for confirmations from where I can buy. And if this confirmation where I'm looking to buy is, I don't know, let's say 300 or 500 pips down below, then of course I'm looking to sell, right? Like then normally, especially when you trade in a specific session, it's gonna like provide you this the chance of you looking to sell it to it. But otherwise, if it's in a POI to buy it and then you try to sell just because you see another potential POI, then something is probably wrong, and your chance that you are wrong is very high. So my recommendations in situations like this is try to align with the higher time frame and then actually trade only that. This is gonna like change a lot, because for instance today price just dropped, right? And I've been looking to buy and I was like, okay, let it drop. Maybe it's still moving around, because if I have a bias, there is a POI for it, there's everything I need, right? So I'm not gonna get induced, because people usually get induced. They have a bias, but then they see the price doing something else, so they go with that. And that is usually market manipulations, or very often. And then they switch the bias again, and this is how most of the traders lose all the time. So have a bias every day, or every session at least. Try to go with it on the global trend, but of course understand that there are pullbacks, retracements, and therefore you don't need to always like trade specifically that direction, but to understand where it has to go before it can continue with the global trend, then follow that direction. And if it's not fitting, just don't trade like I did today. I still have another chance in the next session to like follow my bias eventually. Maybe my bias has already changed, because now I also see it currently more bearish. We'll show you then later on the charts what I meant with that, and how I didn't validate my entry, how I actually made it invalid to take the trade. And yeah, but for now, looking forward to the BABA. Let's see how the haircut is gonna get, if it's getting better or worse. So yeah, see you guys.
Messing with your hair, I've been texting her all night. She know I was going wrong. She left me right on red. Now I'm walking with my head down. I gotta keep my head high.
So guys, I'm done with the BABA. Fresh new site. Zero, like the bank account, of course. No, the cool thing is, normally you go into the barber, right, and you have to like spend money over there. But me personally, I made money during the time I was there. It's insane. Let me just show you quickly what I've done, because yeah, it's actually now a session which I don't trade very often. But of course there are situations when I prefer to trade that session as well. And I've been at the barber and I've noticed that gold made like some insane movement. And then I've seen a pullback and I just hopped on a trade. And I had to wait anytime, like here on the barber, you sometimes have to wait a little bit. And I just quickly seen the opportunity, place my stop, place my TP, and yeah, just watch it by your own. So this was actually the trade, as you can see. So I entered here quickly as my first position. I was like, hey, you know what? Let's just see if it's like responding. Had TP set up exactly there. Seen them price moving like one more time up higher, tapping into the order block here, and I was like, you know what? I have to take another position. And boom, I just, yeah. TP hit, reversal, 150 pip trade movement. Yeah. insane. So it's very nice. So I'm done for the day in reality. But now I have with my with my inner circle, I have now in the New York session a live trading session. And yeah, so we're gonna like see what we can catch, because now this aligns with my bullish bias again now, because we tapped into this POI. This is why my TP was so precise, and this is why you also see an entire reversal from that level. So yeah, looking forward to it, guys. So I just bought fresh coconut water. Just been in the store, and yeah, didn't record this now. Very rainy weather, damn. Yeah, so now I'm gonna go back home to the charts. I'm gonna hit probably a quick head cardio session to get a bit motivated, because I try to do some sports every day actually, and this week I've been already training very heavily every day since Monday, and now it's again a day to do a little bit of hit cardio. I'm gonna record something if I can, otherwise you just know it. And yeah, then we do the live trading session. It's gonna be almost now, so yeah, looking forward to it. Alright, so I have almost no time, only around 10 to 15 minutes now for this workout, plus I have to eat a little bit something because I'm doing intermittent fasting today. So right now it's around 18 hours, I haven't eaten anything. So yeah, most people will now quit now, and I'm even recording right now this video, and I will now start to run now a little bit, just to do a little bit of sports. It doesn't need to be like 10 hours or whatever, like most people always spend so much time at the gym, but all it requires at the end is just that you are there, right? Just being active, just go every day 1-2 steps. Don't need to like go thousands of steps, just try your best every day, and as soon as you do that, everything is fine. And this is why I'm doing this right now here, and then yeah, I will start the live trading sessions with my members. So guys, I'm really ready. I have here my coconut gym, or like my gym session. That short hit cardio workout is over, and I'm looking for the Zoom call with my inner circle members. They're all waiting now for me to send analysis. I think we're gonna go bullish. I already know that up front, I think, and I will now just guide them exactly on how to trade this idea, and let's go. Alright guys, so I just finished the live session, and yeah, I haven't seen any cool validation for my bullish idea. I haven't explained another option, which was a bearish option. Let me just explain you quickly that one, because price now activated the bearish option. And as you can see, right before the news event, that was specifically, let me show you. So we've been here, oops. Here we had the news event right over there, price dropped lower then, and then I said, hey, when we go back bullish, we should consider buying this thing. And price really went back up, but it didn't show the momentum that I wanted to see personally. And I explained to you that we have another situation where price will drop all the way to this blue level. As you can see, we're almost there. So yeah, we could now look for a nice small trade from here. I think it's still a bit risky to consider now a trade, but yeah, I mean, it still would be a little bit more than 100 pips. Maybe I'm trying one out now, and yeah, we'll keep you up to date. Alright guys, so at the end, I ended up not taking any trade, also not during the live session, because yeah, nothing was really valid, as I already explained. And also for me, like, I've been looking to potentially look for the shorts, but also that one was not really valid from my point of view. So yeah, skipped it. I had already my profits from the day. It was so fast, 150 pips. That's exactly what can happen sometimes, and you just have to pay attention to the price action. This is where I also like prefer to like be always at the charts when I'm trading or when I'm in the active session. Sometimes it's not possible, so yeah, just do your best, whatever you can. Hope you like this type of video, guys. Let me know in the comment section if you want to, yeah, me to create more videos like this. And then, yeah, have a nice one. See you guys. Quick spoiler, this is now Saturday. I'm recording here for you right now a full breakdown and analysis about what happened also on this day, why I took this trade, why I was not validating the trades as I just mentioned, and what happened on Friday, which was a day I was not trading personally, as I like to take off as well, at least one day per week, sometimes really depends. So over here, guys, why I took this short at the end was basically because on the higher time frame, if I go now here on the 1 hour, and I just used the backtesting tool to show you what I was expecting, was basically here you see to the left, we have here some Asia low liquidity, we have here some 1 hour internal liquidity, and that's exactly what I wanted to price to like tap into before moving higher all the way till this point here. This point at the top, as you can see here, is a daily order block, right? Like this daily order block that you have over here, this is exactly where I wanted to see price coming. So this is exactly why this was my overall higher time frame direction. So I wanted to like take the short, right, after seeing the momentum. And personally, because I was at the barber and I see how price was quickly reacting to everything, I just decided to hop on this. And how I was confirming it was basically because price tapped here into a fair value gap, as you can see, moved into it and responded bearish to it. So I was like, okay, I take my first position, which was not like the type of entry confirmation I like to use every single time. And over here, this was a more bearish movement. So I decided to take here another position just to target specifically this level, and price, boom, tapped into it, had then a reaction from it. And this is why I was expecting it at this day to go up. Now, the price was not responding bullish at all. So it was like just accumulating the entire time, which is a market phase I try to avoid at all cost. And then it even started to drop lower, right? Coming lower to another level I had actually marked up. It was a little bit lower. It was some other higher time frame liquidity, but price decided to just hunt external liquidity, which can also lead to a reversal. And that's exactly what happened. All right. And then personally, I was not trading Friday, and you see price just chilled here for a while. And now, quick spoiler on what happened on Friday is the price moves up. So I was expecting it to move up higher the day before at the news event. So that was here, but no confirmation. So we smashed one more time the lows, and then afterwards it provided this up move. And then look at this, how precise. This was my level, shared with main circle. Boom. Exactly to this point is where price moved. And then from there, it dropped and continued higher because we're very bullish on gold and we want to see it running all-time highs very, very soon if nothing changed in the dynamic of the market. So looking forward to that, guys. So hopefully you could learn a little bit more out of these things, how we analyze. So you see, although you might know where price will go, it does not mean that you will always find your perfect setup, right? You try to actually take a trade if it's valid only and with the best quality. And you want to be in alignment with those forecasts as well, right? Like if we have a bullish bias, we try to buy, right? Like we don't look to sell, right? This is not a profitable trade. This as well, it's not profitable. At this day, the only profitable way to trade would have been long or exactly at this POI, a quick scalp. But also that can be very risky because the entry confirmation, from my point of view, would have come a little bit later, right? So something like this would have been like a validation area of a quick move down till here. I don't know if this is really worth to take, but yeah. So guys, if you like this type of videos, just let me know.